Hi guys, welcome to code tutorial. Today is our fifth lecture of Angular live classes and the topic that we are going to cover today is your interface. Alright, so I hope all the topics till now are clear to everyone. And please be active in the chat box. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. So the topic, as you can see in the title, is interface and input parameter in Angular. So first of all, let me open our folder in which we are working. So that is demo app, right? And in the previous lecture, we work with the bindings, the different type of bindings that are available in Angular. All right. Now, what is the next thing? Is what is interface. Till now we worked with the normal variable, we worked with the object, we worked with array of objects, all these things we worked with. Okay, but now we are going to use the concept of interface. Okay, in order to create interface, we are going to write as in order to create the component, you write nggc. Similarly, in order to create the interface, you are going to write nggi and the name. Okay, means the name of interface. So over here, let me write say item. Okay, now if I tell you in very short words what is interface, so interface is nothing, just you can treat it as a data type. Okay, so that is nothing, just a data type. Then why we are using it, why we cannot use the direct objects and all? The reason is to keep the strong binding. Okay, suppose I want to use the same object inside multiple components, right? If you want to use the same object inside multiple components, then it is difficult to manage. All right, so the basic concept is just to create an interface, means you are creating a particular type and then you are going to use that particular type in all of your components. Fine. For this example, I am creating two separate components, that is item parent and item child. All right, so let us create nggc item parent, and after that I will create one more component, that is item child. Let it get finished first. Okay, so this one is created. Now what we will do, item parent is done, so we will create nggc item child. Okay, interface all I already created. Now I will create item parent and item child. Done. Now you can see these two components are there, and here is something called item.ts. First of all, let us open the interface. What is our here? Export interface item, right? Now interface is giving you a basic structure, means what are the things that are going to be inside this particular structure. Okay, so I am saying for the item I need a id, which is of what type, which is of type number. Then the name, which is of type string. Then a category, again which is of type string. Then status, which is of type boolean. Okay, and if we have an image, then I will go for picture, and again it is of type string. Okay, so my interface is done. All right, now what I will do, I will create the array of this particular interface. Till now we are creating the array of integer or a string or anything. Now I am going to create the array of this interface. So now let us come to our item parent. Okay, so this thing, now let us say I am going to create item list. Okay, so I'll write over here item list. Of which type we want to give it? Of type item. As I told you that interface is our data type. In short, it is our own created data type. So I am saying that this item list is going to be the array of type items. And when I type items, you can see that import is done automatically. If it is not done, you need to do it manually. Otherwise, it will give you the error that item is not defined. Okay, now let us assign it some value. So this one is for array and this one is for the values. Now see what we have in the item: id, name, category, status and pick. Let me just copy paste over here for my convenience and comment them all. Over here I need to give value for each and everything. So say id is 1, then name is say anything, say Redmi mobile. Then category is say mobile. Then status, I want like active or not, so it is just a boolean. So for status I am going to write true. Okay, and pick, so I am saying some image URL will come over here. Okay, so similarly we are going to create a array of suppose 4 elements. Okay, and over here let us change the id, then say 1 plus, category same, then let us say AC and make it I think category also AC, status quo, image URL, and then one more thing, say television or LG television. Okay, and the category will be suppose TV. Okay, so this is done. It's also not a problem if for a single program you are making the things, so you can directly take this one, item list is equal to array of this. But if I am using the same item inside multiple components, that it is the best way to use your interface. All right, now I have an array. What I want to do, to show its values on the HTML. Okay, so over here let us write in h2 item list. Then again same thing, we are going to create a table. In the tr, what are the things we have? So th id, then th name, th category, then th what are the other things we have? Status and pick, status and th image. All right, so this is all done. Now from the second row I want to create a loop, means for every element of this array I want to create a row. Okay, so over here what I will write, that is a tr star ng for is equal to, as we know, let any variable that is there. So let x or let I of what was the name, item list. Okay, so this is the name of array item list, and every time for the every iteration of loop I will become your this object. Like first time I will be this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. Okay, now let us come over here, and inside the th I want to show the values. So we are going to use the interpolation, and I will write I dot what, id. Similarly I will write I dot name, I dot category, status and image. Okay, so over here I will write name, category, status, and I think pick was the name. Let us check. Yeah, pick only. Okay, so save it and let us see how it is working. So I'm going to write the command ng server. First time it will take some time, so let us wait. Okay, so all good, and it is running on the port number 4200. Just click over here, and you can see no changes in our basic app. Why? Because I created the component but I did not use it in my app component. So I'm going to my app component, and what is the selector for this one? Selector means basically the tag name for this component is going to be item parent. Okay, so let us go to our app component. Okay, and let me comment this one also, and we'll write this one. Okay, and then if we want to use it, we need to import it over here also. So I will write import, what was the name, item parent component, and I need to import it over here also. Okay, so this thing is done, but still we are, since we are using ng4 in our app parent, sorry, item parent, so we need to import it over here also. So let me write import ng4 from angular common and add it inside the import section. Okay, now you can see there is no error. Let us go to our browser window, and over here you can see all the data. Okay, if you want to give it more styling, right, if you want to give it more styling, you can give. All right, fine. So this is what the item parent component is. Now what I want that in the item child component, suppose this is say item child, and over here I am saying that selected item is, okay, and I want to give some name. Okay, so how we can do this? Because see, this is fine till now. If I have a, I want to show it inside the parent component, then I will go to the item parent. Okay, and just import item child. Okay, and then I will do what? I will add it in the import section also, and then this is done. Now inside the HTML section I will just show it over here. Okay, so the name will be app dash item child. Okay, so let us check. It is coming over here. Item child works because I add item child inside item parent. Okay, and item parent is inside app, so this is going in this hierarchical way. But what I want, that the item child component is should show that the selected item is and the name of the item which is selected. So for which what I want, that with every item I will give a button. So let us create a button, and value is equal to, say, click here or show details, anything, doesn't matter. And then I want what, that when the user click on this button, the name of this particular thing should come, right? So this is the thing. Now how we are going to do this? All right, so for that we have the concept of input parameter. Okay, input parameter is something that allow you to pass the data from parent component to child component. Okay, over here item parent is my parent component, and what I want, that some value should go inside item child. Okay, and it should show that particular value. So when you want to pass the value from parent to child, at that time you are going to use input parameter. How we are going to use this is, you need to declare something, say at the rate input, and you need to import it also. Okay, so you can see when I click over here, it is already imported, and then input the name of the property. So say item name is equal to, let us initialize it with a blank. Okay, and over here I can use it anywhere inside the child component dot html. Yeah, and selected item is, give this one, right? So selected item is already blank, so you can see. Or if you want, you can give any demo or anything, because its value is right now hard coded inside the child component only, say demo. Okay, so its value is only hard coded over here. But what I want, that this value should change when I click on this particular button. Okay, so if you join the previous session, in that I explained the concept of event binding. Okay, so event binding means what, we cannot use the normal on click in our Angular. Okay, if you want to bind something, you need to write the event binding like this. Okay, and then over here you can call the function, and say I will create a function with the name change item name, and set its value to I dot name. Okay, and over here input parameter means what you are creating. So input parameter means you are creating a attribute. Okay, so this item name will get a value from this part. Okay, so over here you can simply bind this property. Okay, so over here you are going to simply bind this property with some local variable, say iname. Okay, that is going to be the item name. Right now my iname change item name is not defined, so definitely it will give us the error. Now go to our coding section. First of all, let me define iname with blank. Okay, so over here let me define iname is equal to blank. Okay, then I need to create a function that I use, that is the change item name. Change item name, and I am passing some parameter with that. Okay, so n, and over here, since it is a TypeScript, you need to give the type also. Okay, not compulsory, but you should give. All right, now over here I will change the value of iname. So since it is a class, you are going to write this dot iname is equal to n. Okay, now let us see, there is no error. Fine, go over here and click. So this is LG television. Fine, AC, OnePlus, Redmi mobile, all these things. Okay, so this is what your @input is doing. It is allowing you to pass the data from parent to child component, and it will change it correspondingly. Okay, means other than that, how you are going to do that, and if you will do it manually, it will be a really big process. All right, so this is the thing. Remember, in the child component, let us do a short summary. In the child component, you are going to create a property with @input, and whenever you see the in Angular, it is a decorator. Okay, I already told you in the first or second lecture that is something which is used to define the decorator. Like component is the decorator which is used to make the class as a component, right? Similarly, @input is a decorator which is used to make this particular property as a property of your component. Okay, and this property will take the value from the parent component. So in the child component, we will use @input. Then from the parent component, we will pass the value for this property. So this thing is what @input that I created in the child component. Over here, this thing is called a property binding. If you watch the previous lesson, it is the property binding, and I bind this one with the local variable iname. Okay, and over here what I am doing is I am calling a function change item name, and this is what event binding. Okay, so on the click event of this, the item name is getting changed, means this iname is getting changed, passing to the child component, and you can see the changes in the component. Okay, so this is what the thing is. Over here you can also use the image URL, so you can use the image tag. On the basis of status, I can make it like enable or disable. If the item is not present, its status is false, then definitely I want to show that object over here. Okay, so there are a number of things that we can do with this, but before that our basic concepts should be clear. All right.